Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. So this is pretty much the last day of, the Xyz Festival, and throughout like my, it is pretty much the entire week other than probably the first day with the self-burn FTK decks. I was running this particular deck, so Dino XYZ, it's a deck that, well, Dinosaurs as a whole is a deck that should definitely capitalize on link summons as well, probably because of the double evolution pill, because you need another non-dino to, banish from your hand or graveyard in order to, here in this case, special summon the conductor from the deck. So that's why I was running stuff, or at least non-dino stuff, like the Scrap Chimera, I believe the name is, which, can be extra normal summoned if you destroy your own Scrap Raptor, for example. Plus the Choking Engine is there for the potential calamities, but I'm honest, I crafted calamities for this particular deck, but I never summoned it, never. But it is what it is. But as for the rest, I'm happy with the deck. I think I only lost one, and that was one of the first duels where I was playing. I went first against, or at least I bricked, and I said Argosaur or something, and my opponent went Kaiju and Numeron OTK. Yeah, what can I do? But that was, I think, pretty much the only match I lost, so I won everything after that. Not sure, I'm going to double check my streak in a couple of moments. But the thing is that this deck is really strong. It's especially for this particular format where every deck is forced to only being able to, Xyz summon. The only extra deck monsters are Xyz. Okay, Dinosaurs are somewhat hindered by that. No Link Karibo, for example. No links like the Nightmare package to get a potential non-dinosaur monster in the graveyard. And that's something that definitely was a problem, I guess. So, as you saw in the extra deck, it's not a full blown out extra deck. I crafted a couple of cards like Lagia, Dolka, or I pulled them from the pack. I was lucky, but most of them already had like Abyss Dweller, for example, which again are generic cards. Tornado Dragon, again generic, and one of the cards I crafted for this specific deck was Dugaris. Again, Dugaris is a generic rank 4 Xyz. It has a couple of effects. Most importantly for me was it's a rank 4 that potentially gets 2 extra draws, or by detaching 2 can reborn something from the graveyard. So it's a very versatile rank 4 Xyz that most importantly gets a non-dinosaur monster in the graveyard, especially with the Chimera or the Scrap Chimera, right? The one that when normal summons, special summons a scrap monster from the graveyard. So it makes your double evolution pill live. So here, again, I had no clue what my opponent was playing, and because I used the, was it the Monster Reborn effect? I think so, from Dugaris, I had to skip my main phase 1. So my opponent knows that he was Platinum 1, at least it was a Platinum 1 player, and again, no information about what he was playing. Eventually it turned out he was playing the Phantasm Spiral deck, so I guess that's something for this particular event as well. So 2 sets. Again, not that threatening, because again I have Dolka, Lagia, much more important, definitely negating one of those. And let's not forget, and that's the reason why I think Dinosaur was maybe the best deck for this particular event. I mean, there's others, there's PK Burning Abyss, or the, whatchamacallit, the Rongo Bongo shenanigans. It's decent, but the thing is that Dino can both go first and go second, because first of all there is the field spell. The field spell gives your opponent a token and kinda makes your dinosaur monsters like unaffected by most card effects, like things that target, while at the same time Miscellaneous is at 3. Miscellaneous at 3. And that makes this deck so versatile. You can go first, try to combo off, and probably here in the Xyz Festival ending on Conductor in defense, for Lightning Storm. Probably Lagia for some negations, and then, some hand traps, probably. And like for this event, that's more than enough. The standard Nexi, triple Ash Blossom, and one Nibiru, because I'm running Granite as well. The rank 4 Xyz that, again, most importantly, detaches something to, here in this case, search Nibiru, which again is fantastic. Especially if you're going first, or if your opponent like has Maxi. And here, one of the reasons why I like the Choking Engine so much is that, as you know, the Earth Choking, when it destroys 2 Earths, to, special summon itself, you can take a look at your opponent's extra deck and banish. Is it up to 3 cards? So again, you get information about your opponent's deck, and 2, you can banish their key cards. So I banished, I believe it was a Rongo Bongo PK deck, so banished Rongo and 2 other like Zeus and something else, and entering Scoop phase, because again, what can the deck do besides that? Okay, it can do some stuff, but not as powerful against a field of Lagia and Conductor, and potentially with other hand traps in hand also. So here I went second. I think I had Maxi, like I've played so many Utopia decks, right? A lot of people are playing Utopia. It's a good matchup for this deck, because Utopia, the thing is that Utopia, okay, has some gimmicks with sexual weapons, you know, attaching it themselves to Utopia, make it like unaffected or something like that. But Conductor just says no. Conductor just puts everything face down, and, you know, eventually you can just attack everything. And destroy them with Conductor's effect. So this hand, not the best. Dinosaurs is somewhat known for the sometimes bricky hands, because you're running so many babies, right, as well. So, but I feel it's fine though. Like regular Dinosaurs, I would probably play Pot of Prosperity, but again, that was banned for this particular event. But yeah, the True King engine definitely comes in clutch, right? So scrap Dino on the field to destroy itself, so I can get a normal summon plus a search. This is basically a free rank 4 Xyz, right? So go for Lagia, again, the play to go to first turn for, I mean, super versatile. You don't know what you're playing against. So against Utopia, and that's probably ready game because of Conductor. Just make sure that your opponent can't put up their first Xyz. You know, use Conductor, put the, well, as soon as your opponent has 2 level 4s face up, just put them face down. And with the current state of the Xyz Festival, I'm not fearing any follow-up plays, right? Unless I'm missing stuff. Other than, you know, there's still the potential Lagia as well. So this again is not the best hand. A lot of hand traps. Callby is definitely okay for the potential Mexi or Ash Blossom. So, but I do opt. Well, there's a couple of options. I already had Nibiru, so I didn't go for Granite. So I think because this hand wasn't the best, I go for Baguska. Baguska again, something I crafted, but especially if your opponent has like a well-timed hand trap, or mainly Mexi. If your opponent like Mexis you obviously don't want to commit too many special summons to the field. So that's why Baguska is there. You can just go for Baguska, put it in defense, right? And basically stun your opponent from 1 or 2 turns. Depends on if you have multiple follow-up plays. You can, like here, Baguska, you know, just put it in attack position. And because now I do have some plays ready. Plus, I do have Callby set, and okay, we knew the Titanic Galaxy was there, so I need to get rid of that you know, the rank 8 Titanic Galaxy, because that one can negate spells. So, you know, double evolution is there. So I was like, okay, I'm not running Castel. There is no rank 4 Castel in the extra deck. No Arc Knight as well, because those are ultra rares. So that's why I crafted a more cheap budget option, being Direwolf. Direwolf is also something that, like here, can, you know, pop itself plus a card from your opponent. Plus, I mean, it's something that it gets itself in the graveyard as well, because it's a non-dinosaur. So it could be cool for, you know, your deck as well, for potential the double evolution build. So I need to get rid of the Titanic Galaxy, and then, you know, double evolution hits the board. I still have the potential Callby. I don't think I was able to go for game, not sure. I think I already used the Misk. I think so. Baguska destroys itself, and now I should be able to go for game. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Activating Lost World as well. Okay, flip over Callby. You know, just a little bit faster, right? You know it's game. You don't want to like overcommit, you know, make some delicious field and then end or lose to Nibiru or something like that. So so get Ovi and yeah, just attack. Again, there's no reason to commit too many cards to the board. So like most of these games were like this. The fact that Dinosaur is such a strong deck, going first, going second. Miscellaneous is at 3. It negates most hand traps from the opponent. No Nibiru on Dinosaurs, no Ash Blossom. Plus there is of course the Lost World field spell, the Dinosaur field spell, that also gives you protection, makes the deck even much more consistent. And plus, yeah, this one, I mean, it's a beast. The True King Earth one. Again, free information about your opponent's deck, banish their crucial cards. And let's face it, against most decks, if you can end on Conductor in defense plus Lagia for Omni negation, that's so strong. And I mean, imagine having like a Mexi or Ash Blossom in hand for follow-up negation. That's game, especially in this particular format. So that's probably a Dragon Maiden deck, I think so. And there were a lot of rank 8s in the extra deck, so I think that's Dragon Maiden. But yeah, again, Conductor just says no, Lagia just says no. Last example, going second, the tank is revealed, so finally a Zodiac deck. I was like, I'm probably going to play against a lot of Zodiac decks, but okay, Zodiac is probably one of the best decks here in the Xyz Festival. But the thing is that Zodiac is quite slow, you know, Try and Pass. So like, okay, opponent having 4 cards in hand, those need to be hand traps, like Skullmeister, Ash Blossom, Nibiru or whatever. Otherwise, I'm just going to, you know, go for a game eventually, because again, use Miscellaneous, discard itself, and then all of your dinosaur monsters are unaffected by your opponent's card effects, so no Trident. So Trident here in this case is useless. And eventually, you know, I will just put it face down, use Conductor and put Trident face down to make sure that I can again, you know, that I can attack for a game. So absolutely no response. I have no clue what my opponent has in hand, but I mean, it's Dinosaurs, right? So Granite probably gets the non-Dino. That's, you know, why Granite is there. Searches the Nibiru just in case. And yep, that's game. So I am definitely happy with the list. I might, not sure when Konami is going to announce their next, you know, event. Probably the Synchro or the Fusion. But I might run this for the Synchro event as well. I don't know. Because, okay, Dinosaurs do play some Synchros. But, you know, missing out on Lagia, Dolka, I don't know. But for this event, this was definitely one of the best options. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Medium signing out. Peace.